And here we are. Welcome, 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 everyone. Let me know in the comments. Hi, Terry. Hello. Hi, Jenny. Let me know if you can hear me okay, if you can see the screen. And also, when I'm recording, can you actually see the chat? When I have the chat opened, can you see also the chat? Is chat being recorded or not? No, that's phenomenal. That is amazing. Okay, we will do it this way. Just 1 second. And here we are. Okay, and we are starting. Oh my goodness. I'm beyond absolutely excited. Welcome to an emotional Badassery masterclass. And I'm actually announcing, I received that download this morning and last night. I received that download last night that this is the last free masterclass I am hosting this year. But there is a feeling behind that it could be for a very long time. So I'm always following my downloads. I'm always following the feeling in the body because this is how I created something no one around me created. And I will get into details with that with you today. And all I wish for you is to open up today for this 1 hour together like you've never opened up before. And I mean open heart, open relaxed body, open mind, open nervous system as much as that is possible for you today, independently what's going on, right? Not everyone loves Mondays. I love Mondays because I conditioned myself into loving Mondays. I didn't want it to be like everyone else around me. I hate Monday. This job is horrible and doing nothing about it, right? So my wish for you is to open up as much as you can, open camera, open heart, open nervous system, open mind, and take from it as much as you can. And also comment in the chat as much as you can, because this is how you are bringing your soul, your genius into the play over here. This is how you are activating more and more within your body and nervous system. This is also how you are receiving from me when we are communicating together here, the co-regulation of your nervous system and up-leveling of your emotional intelligence, which we are diving into today. So welcome over here. It is such a pleasure to be here together with you during this 1 hour time. I will do my best to do it in an hour. If we're doing amazingly, it might be 50 minutes. If it's a little bit over 1 hour, I understand if you've got to go and you have a busy schedule and you have things to deal with at your own place in your own spiritual business. So first of all, I want you to close your eyes for the next few moments and just simply return to that divine particle within you that we are forgetting about when we are rushing through the day, when we are paying attention to the outside, what's out there, what they're doing, what she's doing. Is it green or red? Do I have to stop or do I have to wait? And on and on and on. And we constantly, through the conditioning, seeking that outer command, and we just surrender to it. And we forgot about our divinity, and that's all okay. So close your eyes, sit up straight with your neck straight up, shoulders down, spine straight. Take a deep, massive breath that goes into the very center of your first chakra. Just allow yourself to sit deeper in your body, sink in deeper in your body, in your vessel, sink in deeper. It's okay if it feels heavier. It's supposed to be. Okay, returning back fully and entirely. Maybe take another breath that goes into the bottom of your feet. And simultaneously sparking up the feeling of gratitude that the earth is actually has a law of gravity, which is simply how your soul stays in the body for the experience it came for. Another giant big breath now into the second energy center, which is you giving yourself permission to feel more than ever before in this class. because it is the point of it, for you to expand in how much you feel. And learning it's safe for you to feel emotions and not be them. And another breath into your third energy center, which is your soul particle, activating your own will. Divine gave you choice to choose and pick. You don't have to be here. And yet you have chosen, you felt the call. Oh, wow, I've got to be over there. Maybe I don't know why. Maybe I don't know what is it, but I know that I need to be here. And if you are here, activate that soul particle in your third energy center. For me, it is like a lion. I know it's lion ascending my sign, and for me, it's lion, it's sun. It is also that brightness that blinds you on the desert, and I will actually return back to the desert in Arizona. Take a deep breath and allow your soul, your will, to dictate going forward. And you will learn very quickly, if you're practicing properly, the difference between the old self stopping you and blocking you and your own will taking you forward. So anything that stops you is the old self, is the lower self. Anything, any step, judgment. I don't like her hair. I don't like the way she speaks. That accent is so annoying. She's too direct, she's rude, or whatever people interpret it, right? Just an example, right? Not there is right or wrong, or it is actually fact. But whatever it is, letting go of that judgment, that snap judgment, anything that takes you away from going forward like a bull, it is the lower self. And everything within you that pushes you forward, literally pushes you off the edge, it is your soul particle. It is your higher self. And now going into your heart, activating your divine particle in your heart energy center, the passion, compassion, love, your purpose on this planet. The purpose you have felt in your heart to create spiritual business, to be a spiritual person who runs the business. Your business doesn't have to be all about spirituality for it to be spiritual. If you are spiritual, which is wholeness, shadow, light, and everything in between, you are spiritual being, you are on your journey, and your business, even if it sells toilet paper only, it still expresses spirituality, the divinity. Maybe it's a product-based business. Maybe it's a service-based business. Maybe it is a coaching industry. Maybe it's a beauty industry. Maybe it's a fitness industry. Maybe it is just selling product you're passionate about. And there is never just. All of it is already more than enough. So allow that God particle in your heart to beam through and through and through, so you can hear, feel, sense more than ever before. And return back to this recording whenever you can. I would suggest 7 days in a row for this mini meditation, because the activation will be going deeper and deeper and deeper. Bless your throat chakra, bless your pineal gland, bless your crown chakra. Open up more into alignment. Take a deep breath, release all of the expectations, what this should bring you or not. And come back into the room, placing still a lot of your attention on your heart, your soul, and wherever is guiding you through this whole process. Okay? So let's start. I want to start with you like this. Anyone of you ever wonder why is it named emotional badassery? Like, why badassery? Why not emotional processing? Or feel your emotions, right? Or why is emotional badassery? Why isn't just processing your emotions? Be aware of your emotions. Emotional awareness. Why is emotional badassery? And there is one reason only. For 5 years, up until 4 years ago, I was trying badly to create my freedom life through the business, coaching business, helping others heal their energy, which was and still is my soul mission, and it wasn't happening. There were few elements missing over there for me. They were there in place. There was some level of emotional intelligence, but there was this element of deciding and being a badass that it was missing. And I simply didn't know any better, and that's also okay. I needed these 5 years to learn my lessons. I needed these 5 years of doing everything possibly wrong that you can done under the sun to learn from it. None of it is just left behind. Every single thing I did and didn't do, and the frequency I was operating from, is marked over here. What not to do, be, feel, hear, experience, do today. All of it. All of it. So if you can learn from your past, and I know you can, you wouldn't be here if you wouldn't, then you are a winner. You are a winner. Now, what happened for me exactly 4 years ago, one day after my 39th birthday, which the story that probably everyone already heard, and if you are entirely new, there you go, buckle up. I've decided 4 years ago that it's just enough is enough. I was so completely and utterly done with keep on doing everything I believed it's supposed to work, and it's not working. I'm waking up every day at 5 a.m. I'm all in joy and in love frequency. I am going through 3 hours of meditations, breathwork, nervous system regulation, reprogramming my subconscious, journaling, yoga, preparing my food, going into that 9 to 5, being the highest version of myself over there, and growing and learning and being compassionate towards people, places, situations that used to I was losing. Coming back home, regulating my nervous system, or meditating, or doing breath work, and then shooting into creating super valuable content for the world to use for healing. And I got massive audience. I got like, I don't know, 9,000 people or something like that watching me. I've got 9,000 Facebook friends requests in 1 month. It was just massive energetic up leveling that I was going through and creating, and yet I was unable to make that spiritual business into a full-time income. It just wasn't happening. It just wasn't happening. One day after my 39th birthday, I broke the law, broke the restrictions. I shouldn't be living farther away than 5 miles from home, another lockdown, and I've decided F you. Cameras were on the highway everywhere, 1.5 hour drive one way to the beach, camera after camera after camera. I was like, take me, shoot me, sue me. Like, I'm going to celebrate my birthday. And I drove over there away on my own. That was the first birthday I spent on my own. I don't know if it's ever or in a long time. And it was massive, beautiful breeze, ease, gratitude for where I am. Gratitude for having such a beautiful audience. Gratitude for creating the business that is based on my soul mission. Gratitude for being the expression of the divine soul mission that I know I was born to be. The same as you. You know you were born to create something bigger, different. Not that you're not grateful for what the stability, safety, security, health you have created so far. No, you are beyond grateful. And simultaneously, you know in your heart and in your soul, you were made to create more. And that was the moment when I snapped and I said, absolutely enough is enough. I prefer to not have another birthday like this one, still in lockdowns, another lockdowns, being told by government what I can do, what I cannot do, being a victim of someone telling me because I'm choosing to live in this country, right? So I knew it, I have to move. I knew it, there's going to be another lockdown. After I moved, it was. And I was sick of also being in that 9 to 5, paying for the mortgage I couldn't afford, that I took with a person who abused me more in ways, unthinkable ways. And literally paying on all of it on my own to buy my freedom. So I'm not killed. And doing that for 12 years, inability to even put this house on the market. Because I didn't have the 30,000 pounds that I would need to have just to get rid of it because the market crashed. And on and on and on. Really drastic situation, having maybe $100 from that high big pay in that big pharma for myself because the rest is going for all of the bills. So I was in one of those situations where it's like, we're talking £100 per month, Like some of you are living in UK, so you know what I'm talking about. Imagine yourself living from 100, maybe how much is that? Maybe $120 per month. Transport to the work, insurance for the car, petrol, food, clothing, washing. It's impossible. This is how you spend for a week on a budget, like really smart budget. So this is the situation I was in, that it was so easy for me to cling on to por me. This is impossible to change. And at that moment, I've just decided so strongly that I prefer to not even have another birthday if it's gonna be again on my own, again in debts and in 9 to 5, again in a country that tells me that I cannot go to the beach and be in nature, which is the way I regulate my nervous system, the way I feel connected to that higher power and that mission. The thing I see people are missing out on, they don't make this profound decision that shake them to the core. They believe that they made the decision, but they didn't. The thing is that if you truly make a decision, you cast out all the other opportunities. There is no opportunity for you to fail. Because the only one is you decided everything will be different from now on. Everything will be different a year from now on. You don't know how, you don't know where, you don't know which way, and you don't have to. All you've got to do is just to fully and entirely decide so strongly that the only thing that matters going forward, every thought, feeling, word, emotion, and action is only in alignment with creating that whole new different reality, which is being paid in abundance in my passion work business for being me, not being someone else, being me. Then being a person who is a conscious leader, who is an embodiment of her work, which I will. But now it was all about taking that to another level. Being a business owner that sustains me and my family or my needs, right? Becoming a person who is just absolutely in power, in her power. So I didn't know how is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? What is the idea? All I knew is that I decided, and I've changed my energy in that moment. And for the next 5 weeks, I was regulating my nervous system to the point where I started changing the way I think. And that is the point of nervous system. The point of regulating your nervous system is to change the way you think. Okay, so we have a next skin here about what are emotions, and I want to tell you a little bit about it. So emotion is an energy designed to be in motion. Emotion is an energy that was designed to flow through you and out of you, and that is it. The emotion, let me guys know if that makes sense. Let me know if that is landing. Emotion is not something you're supposed to grab on and hold on to a good one and throw away the bad one. That's conditioning. That's limitation. That's very, very, very low frequency. Not there is anything wrong with it, because every one of us on earth have been born into duality frequency. So we experience good, bad, right, wrong, right? High and low and all of that. Yet we have been taught that it's bad to experience low and it's only good to experience high. Yet majority of people on the planet, over 99% of time, they are in their low. Resisting that low, resisting the energy that simply wants to flow through and out and make space for another. And that resistance towards what you think, what you feel, what's within you, what needs to be seen, felt, and heard, so can simply flow, that resistance creates illness, energetic blocks, and all of the diseases. Every single newest doctor, scientist, talks about this one and the same thing. It is proven enough of times that it's not your DNA, it is not other causes, but your own emotions blocked in the body that create any type of illness and disease. Any at all, nothing else. It is not the food. Food could be an activator or a trigger, okay? It is not that boss. It is not that horrible ex. None of that. It is the emotion, because behind every single situation that is happening in your life, which we are creating ourselves, there is an emotion over there. Whether it's hidden or not, there is an emotion behind absolutely everything. So we are a creatures of a habit. We have been conditioned into believing that feeling this emotion is the way it should be. So we get into example relationship. I was talking about it yesterday with Andrea. And I've learned that lesson very early on. And the funny thing is that none of the people I actually ever met learned that lesson. And I don't understand that, right? I don't understand that. If there was ever time that I was speaking to someone about this, they're like, huh? What is it that you're even talking about? Like this. So majority of people get into the relationship, they are in their honeymoon stage, where physically in your body, you feel anxiety and excitement at the same time. Because it's all new, you don't know what they will say back. When you crack that joke, you don't know what they will say when you just simply said bye and left. Maybe for them, it's supposed to be this massive big goodbye, right? You're going through this season, and then the relationship naturally on its course, like any other relationships, moves into more safe and secure. You know what they will say back most of the time. You know how they will react to this or that most of the time. You know already what they like. Your body is used to it. The frequency is a little bit enmeshed, more or less, because our energetic field is about 6 feet around, especially if you're practicing heart coherence. So whenever they're next to you, you don't tell them to stay, 6 feet away or 12 feet away because of their energy field. You're, one next to another, right? So the energetic fields merge a little bit. There is more safety and security now in this stage of the relationship. The honeymoon period, the excitement and anxiety faded away, and yet we still crave unknown and the known. So now the unknown, it is created spontaneous surprise or a spontaneous hug, spontaneous kiss in the cheek or in the lips, a spontaneous text message, a spontaneous trip to Mexico, right? So it is changing, but people don't catch up with it. They want to feel the way they felt in the first month or 3 or 6 months, and they don't emotionally pick up that this relationship now evolved into something different. So they are here, they're not present. When you're not present, nothing is enough. Nothing is enough. You're not enough. They are not enough. Nothing is enough. And then that past is something, oh, you cannot grab onto it. And I'm trying to refill it and recreate, and it's not happening. Lack of emotional intelligence. Okay, it is like that child that is born. Have you ever witnessed being, some of you have children, when the child is born, magic happens. Literally, God divine love on a level like you've never experienced before for majority of us, right? When that child is born, that emotion is there, that experience is there. Men often describe it in a shocking way as a love that they've never felt before, they never experienced before, because they get to touch the freshest divine creations that just came into this world. It brings a special energy, and then it transforms into a little bit something different. That love stays there, but that first initiating frequency of divine love that they felt is now embodied into that child's face. Okay? Now, for some parents, if that child doesn't behave the way the parent tells them, then it's a bad child, right? For other people, it doesn't matter, right? We all are on our own journeys, having our own lessons to go through in this life. But for other parents, it doesn't matter what the child is doing. It's perfect and amazing because this is my child. And it isn't that this is my child because of that thing I felt. That thing I felt when I first held that baby. So every single thing you have ever experienced, you are experiencing or you will experience, it has an emotion behind it. Now, what is emotion? It's energy designed to be in motion, but emotion is also your body's reaction or response, trauma or creative mode. Reaction is in trauma, in creative mode, in ease mode, in creation mode, there is a response or no response. Emotion is your body's reaction or response to your mind's thoughts. Now, this is super important. Why? Because the thoughts you have are not you. And yet, on some level, you are still shaming yourself that you don't think positively, that you are not super duper happy like your ego tells you you should, or that you are not this, that you are not that, or maybe that the level of clients is not enough, whatever it is. So your body, your emotions are also your body's response or reaction to the thoughts you have. And the thoughts you have is a collection of what you expose yourself to. You are not your thoughts. So the thoughts you have is a collection of the things and frequencies and people, places you expose yourself to. So let's say you are a spiritual business owner. You are creating a whole next level of freedom and impact on this world in this business right now. Now, you are not having one-on-one coach. You are not in a mastermind. You are not in any membership. And everyone who is around you, between 100,000 people, the building I was working in had 1,000 people, and then let's say neighborhood have 500 people, or the people you pass by in the car, that's all energetic, boom, boom, boom. Let's say I was exposed to 1,500 people. There was not even one person who was doing what I was doing. And then in the last year, maybe I met one person who left that building that I was working in. I didn't even knew them, didn't even knew that they worked there. And somehow we are talking in Lidl, whether that was, don't remember exactly how it was, and that guy created website designing company, learned how to create websites for others, and got himself out there at 9 to 5. He said, yes, I'm working 12, 14 hours a day, every single day. But I prefer that than being 8 hours in that building along these people. That was his opinion, right? That was what he decided. So now you are exposed to 100 or 1,000 of people around you who don't do what you do. What is the frequency you're constantly exposed to? Lower frequency, who already gave up on their dreams, who already decided I'm not good enough to do it, who already decided it's impossible. And then they meet someone who made it possible, and for them it just doesn't click. How is it possible? She must have done something really bad to get all this money and that beautiful home and that beautiful husband or whatever, right? Because I don't have it and I want it. And on and on and on. And we are baiting in these frequencies more or less until we create our own extremely high emotional intelligence. So again, you cannot change the way you think until you are going through a bodily shift of your nervous system. So your thoughts, which is collection of what's in your field, is in association and resonance with how contracted or open is your nervous system. Ask yourself a question: how truly deeply relaxed and at ease I am every single day? How truly deeply in love with myself and my life and my business I am? There is no right or wrong answer. It's just the awareness. What truly are the thoughts that I'm having? How am I going to pay the next bill? Oh, that client wants to come back and is the only one who wants to come back. Oh my God, what the fuck am I doing wrong? You know, how do I create this content? I wonder what she created. Let me check her post. Oh, wow, yeah, now I'm going to post the same thing in my own words, right? It's just survival mode, not a creation mode. I've been there. This is something I've got to watch. This is something I've got to make sure that every single day I'm tapping into. But it will never happen without nervous system regulation. And it will never happen with me. That's why exactly 4 years ago, the first thing my divine, my higher power guide me to do after making that decision that there is no other option, I prefer to not have another birthday if it is again recreation of same old, same old, same old, same old, same old. And the decision within me was so strong that I followed the light actions. The first thing was nervous system regulation and massive detox and reprogramming my subconscious mind and body. 5 weeks. Now I know how to do it in 1 day or 5 days. Now I'm teaching my clients how to do it in 5 days. So you don't have to get off, turn off, and dump your business for 5 weeks. I did, because I didn't have bigger tools that I have now after certification and being trauma informed and doing nervous system regulation on a whole another level and creating my own method. I've created my own method. Divine was knocking to the door for weeks and months. And I was like, me? Who am I to create it? Okay, it's time to answer the divine call. Create your own method. Freedom Money Membership. It has my own method in it. Some of you are already inside. Put your hand up if you like it, if you like being over there. There you are. You love it because it helps you to level up, because it reminds you about the divinity you bring into the table over there, and together we are up-leveling. None of the people that are in the membership join because they're disempowered and they need it. They joined because they are on the chapter of their journey where they decided it's happening for me here and now, and I desire to have that tool in my pocket so I can do it faster, smoother, and with more joy. And that's exactly what's happening. So your emotions are, any emotion is energy designed to be in motion, flow through you. First energy center goes through it all and out. Not even love is an emotion. You're supposed to hold on to it. You recreate it. You are generating love. Again, it flows through you. Nothing in the universe is still. Nothing is true matter. Everything jumps in and out of existence. Everything is in flow. Everything is in movement. That's all newest science. You yourself, your cells, you yourself are jumping in and out of existence 8 times per second. So you're vibrating so high to the human eye that you appear to be still, but you are not. Even Eckhart Tolle said this in 80s in his book, The Power of Now. The matter is not even matter. It's more like a musical tone, bzzz, whatever it is your frequency, right? So at this stage of your journey, in your passion work business, you might be vibrating with a sound. Other times could be like, oh, what's going on, right? And it's all about honoring where you are at and simultaneously using emotional intelligence in order to know. Emotional intelligence, I have two-folded definition for you. Let me know how is that landing for you in the comments, please. Emotional intelligence is the ability to actually recognize which emotional state at the core you are in, not what you think you are in. It's not about thinking your emotions or feelings or thinking, it's truly feeling them, it's truly knowing, oh wow, there is some level of shame in my belly, literally in my belly. And I know it's connected to my mom, and it's connected to the feminine side. Let me go deeper into it. And other part of the definition of emotional intelligence is the high skills and the ability to turn this emotional state into the state that you desire to be in. The state that creates your dream reality, that creates your successful, in your own understanding, whatever success means to you, successful spiritual business. That gives you a freedom schedule. So you can pack it up overnight and just go to Mexico for 4 or 5 days. Spend all of the days at the beach, coffee shops, having the best time ever, going to those little tiny Mexican shops, buying gifts for the people you know you're gonna see soon, and having the best time ever. Not even one single worry in the pocket. Most expensive restaurant, off we go, 2 days in a row, because we love the food there. We love the atmosphere. We love how beautiful it is. We love all of the Frida paintings, and it's our favorite restaurant over there. The freedom schedule, when you feel like, oh wow, it's time for me to dive deep inwards, so much bigger. Maybe it's around every new moon and around every full moon for you, and you have that time and freedom schedule to simply dive into it. I've been doing that for the last 2 weeks. I've been barely online. I've been working on average 1 hour a day on my business, in my business. Not 14, not 15, not 8. 1 hour. There was one day I did 3 hours, and it was such a fun, and I was scrolling and I was reading and I was replying and I was just having like more fun than actually creating work and putting out there. And I can do it because I have created a freedom business, because I'm addressing the emotions and the emotional states I am operating in right now. Because I've learned, I've invested into observing what's happening within me. Why do I have the thoughts that I have? Why the thought of me worrying about the next bill or next payment or next client is there? If you have any thoughts you don't like to have, and you are not actively grabbing them by the throat and dealing with them right away in this now moment, you are enslaved to the chemical and energetics, chemistry that are releasing in your body. And if you don't right away tell them, go away and change them, you are addicted to them. Imagine someone barging into your home and saying, you're horrible, you're disgusting, from now on I'm staying next to you. If you don't say, no, get the heck out of here, and doing everything you can to get this thing out of here, you want it to stay, isn't it? You would want it to stay. So why you're treating your intrusive, low frequency thoughts like it's okay for them to be there, or you cannot do anything about it, where you know they are tools on the planet. Someone somewhere dealt with it. Someone somewhere has the solution. Nervous system regulation, emotional intelligence, emotional regulation. Here we go. So your emotions are the reflection of the past, and they stay with you. You cannot change your feelings and emotions until you change your thinking. And you cannot change your thinking when your attention goes into conditioning, what they think and feel, because that voice in your heart, that's a whole another different story. That's your true guidance. That's your true knowing. That's your true wisdom. Your heart has 41,000 brain-like cells who think, feel, and memorize, remember, independently of your brain. And now there is more connection coming from the heart into your brain than from the brain into your heart, which tells me very clearly, we humans of this age, with this heart, with this brain, we have been divinely designed to think, feel, and remember from the heart, not from the brain. Not from the brain. The brain is like a computer that's supposed to serve us. But if you are having thoughts you don't want to have that create reality you no longer want to be in, then this took over. And by this, I don't mean physical brain, I mean the conditioned mind, which is a collection of all of the thoughts and frequencies you were exposed to from your environment, from your upbringing. And now we have been told we are our thoughts. We are not. You have been told you are your emotions. You are not. You have been told you are this name and your story. You are not. You're something so much more and so much bigger. And you ask on a soul level to experience that stuff. But as long as you're identifying with old stories, old emotions, and old thoughts, you would not be able to actually change them, shift them, and break through. Because there will be a massive addiction. The chemical addiction. Where is that chemical? Where is that chemical? Why do I feel so weird? Oh, let me feel just like the old me. Let me overeat. Let me feel like the old me. Guilt and shame. Now that feels like me. That was my past. That was my past. So you cannot change how you think until you regulate your nervous system, which is the contraction, the past stored in the body. And you will not be able to shift and step into your badassery decision without physical shift, bodily shift, somatic shift. So it is all divinely connected: nervous system regulation, emotional healing, emotional intelligence, up leveling, and acting and behaving as her. Now, massive question, guys. Massive question. Why I decided so strongly after first giant walk in months. So because when I went to that beach day after my birthday, that was a giant walk I did. I drove an hour and a half, lots of fresh air, from the speeding. I was speeding, yes, I was speeding a lot on these roads. Fast car, open windows, music, dancing, movement, constantly, joy, ecstasy, doing the thing I love to do the most. When the last time you did the thing you love to do the most? Right? And then being on this giant beach, massive walk. I don't know, 6 miles, 7 miles. Massive walk. Massive bodily shift. And landed. I can't deal like that anymore. And if I'm not gonna decide like never before, nothing will ever change. Nothing will ever change. So to keep the story short, 6 months later, I was absolutely and entirely free, and I created in my 3D reality what I dreamed of my whole life. I quit at 9 to 5. I made more money than I thought it's possible in 1 month. I made $8,000 in the last 4 weeks I was there, while I was still half part-time in that last month there, and half part-time, 1, 2, 3 hours of work every day on my business. Not 14, not 17. I made $8,000. 2 days later, after my last day that 9 to 5, crying my guts out, I'm flying to Mexico. 2-3 days later, I'm meeting the love of my life, Andrea, over there. And I get more and more clients. Now I'm having a whole next level problems. How am I going to fit all of these people and simultaneously keep my freedom schedule? There is no way you will get me to work 5-6 days a week. Calls. What do we do now? Repeat the process again. Decide. Whole next level badassery. Decide. I'm not gonna abandon these people. I'm not gonna tell them to wait. This woman needs me. This woman needs me. This man needs me. What I did, again, the same thing. Expanded my nervous system at a whole another level and different capacity. So I'm like, yeah, I can entirely feed these people, do less session with them for more price, so more aligned people are coming in, and simultaneously have the sessions being more potent, more to the core, more right away, fishing energy block, dealing with it, transmuting it, gone. So I got more clients for more money, and in shorter amount of time, they were getting extraordinary results. Manifesting $29,000 and a lottery win for her mom and healing the relationship with her mom. This specific client, I absolutely adore her. She actually moved away from one country because her ex was person she just had to protect her daughter and move away. She created whole new safe home, funds, land, scholarships, all of that during just 2 months of us working intensively on VIP one-on-one. Because we dove all into her heart guidance, heart coherence, nervous system regulation, emotional intelligence, and communication. Lots of communication. What's going on? What's happening? In a very potent way. What's going on? What's happening? What are we dealing with? This and that. Okay, Tata, let's do it. Let me know in 2 hours. How is it going? Oh, it's solved. Right? And that's how I kept on going level up, because I don't believe in consistently staying where you jump into. I don't believe that exists. For me, never. It's either this way or that way. And it's okay if it is like that, because it is like that. It's not okay if it is like that. Okay? Not that it isn't okay, it is obviously okay, but the growth and expansion that I am into, it's all about constant up-leveling, which goes down to emotional intelligence. What am I actually truly feeling in this now moment, in this now business? Am I following someone else's strategy that it isn't for me? I received the download last night. This is the last 3 masterclass I'm doing this year, at least, if not at all. And I'm just following it. Why? Because the most successful people who are creating what no one else is creating are those people who act right away on the ID or knowing or the calling that they receive. They act right away. There was one lady I watched literally 3 days ago. She says, one of my coaches is a millionaire, multimillionaire, and I asked him or her, what is the number one key to your success? And he says, before anyone even acts on the idea, I already did it 3 times and already learned from all these 3 different ways which one is the best and fastest and bestest way, and I'm putting it into practice again and again to make it better. So the moment I hear anyone saying I'm gonna think about it, I already know that the old self takes over, and you just create space for the ego to come in and tell you why you cannot have it, why you are not worthy, why this is not gonna work for you, why you are just like your mom, why you only can repeat your past, and on and on and on. The second you are acting right away on the download, I love it, I like it, I got it. This is where you're operating from badassery energy of courage, brilliance, and don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you to make decisions right away and being reckless with your time, with your investment, or with your money, or anything. All I'm saying is the rapid energetics is what creates moving forward, right? There is a point in my life where I learned it doesn't matter if decision is right or wrong, because I was stuck. Is the decision right or wrong? What it matters is moving forward. And if it's wrong, then learning and listening only to that voice of intuition. That's at least what works for me. So emotions or states of the plateaued business owners are apathy. Is not being all enthusiastic. It is not being all in movement. It is not being all in the flow. You will not feel here, see within that person the move, the flow, the drive. Let's do it, right? That person doesn't say to themselves the second they wake up, thank you, God, that I'm alive. I do it now. I do it now. I do it now. I do it now, which is rapid energetics. Lack of creativity. I don't know what to create. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to post. I don't know what the next course should be. Doubting herself, doubting herself, doubting her abilities, doubting her greatness, doubting her worth, doubting her value. And it is like an underlying tone. It is all the time there. Numbed, bored. She gave her power away to 10 other coaches telling her how she thinks, how she feels, what she should do, what she shouldn't do. Numbed, bored. One or another or both. They're not the same thing. She already gave her power away to 10 other coaches. She goes into this program. She's not even taking the place she paid big money to occupy. Instead of being the leader she was born to be. In fear. Underlying, it's like a fear for most of people right now at this age of evolution, human evolution. It doesn't like, I don't know what to do. Is norm. Is underlying like a type of like a numbed actions, very pushed, very stopped, very I'm not gonna do it, very much non-moving, very non-moving, in shame that you're actually climbing your birthright to create what you were born to create. To have the freedom and ease and joy that you desire, right? Lots of shame that we have received from our parents. It's called carried shame. It's not even yours. You're ashamed of going big. You're ashamed of not going big. You're ashamed of not getting the results because you're identified with money or with amount of likes instead of having deeply rooted worth and value inside and just oozing out of it. Anxiousness, right? People often come to me and say that they feel, what is the word? Where they feel like a fraud, that they're not good enough to be this person. Andrea, help me. Imposter syndrome, right? Imposter syndrome. Who am I to create that? It is actually in B, for most of the, you know how well I can scan energy, what's on there. For most of the people, imposter syndrome, okay, is actually just feeling not good enough no matter what. And the second you level up, you're outside of the comfort zone. So that new feeling is mistaken with imposter syndrome, but actually it's just the unknown of playing big that you were not conditioned to do or be. You were conditioned to stay small, shut up, sit in the corner and be good girl. You were not conditioned to be bold, sassy, frisky, ecstatic. Because God forbid you are triggering someone who is addicted to sadness and is not interested in shifting that. And the frame is always down. It's like bitten. The frame is bitten into the face. Trust what you see in the front of you. It's not judging. Trust what you see in the front of you, in the mirror and in other people. Don't judge them. I'm not talking about judging. I'm talking about it's so easy. It is so easy to truly and entirely feel and see what is the energy we are facing within ourselves and others. And again, every energy was designed to flow. It wasn't designed to stay, but we've been taught to identify with it. We're scared of feeling fear that is in the body that you inherited because you're afraid that you will invite more of it. Let me know what is there in the comments. What is the feeling and emotion that you feel when you feel you're plateaued in your business? Let me know what is it for you. We're gonna go a little bit over the hour, if you guys are okay with it. If not, you have to go. I totally get it. I'm gonna share with you the study about mouses that is gonna blow your socks off. It's gonna blow your socks off. Put it in the comments. What is the emotional state you are feeling when you are at the stage of plateau in your business? And if you are not, that's absolutely fine and okay. Okay? When you feel like you desire that next level and for some reason it's not happening. What is the emotional state you are feeling, experiencing? Anxiety. Awesome, amazing. Let's go deeper. What is underneath the anxiety? What is the story? What is underneath it? Anyone else? Please share in the comments. I believe you cannot see the chat on the recording. Uncertainty, exactly, the unknown. The unknown. So that's when the safety and security has to come from inside, not from the outside. Apathy. Yep, that was my big one. That was my big one. I felt like a 79-year-old woman at the age of 35, and I didn't know what's going on. And physically, I was suffering. Okay, amazing. What else is underneath that emotion? What else is the another one? If you are here because you received a soul call, not good enough, there you go. Where are you not enough in? Where are you not enough in? Any type of not good enoughness, feeling not good enough, not feeling not being good enough for the job or this and that, is you not honing your divinity, your magnificence, your grace. And you cannot own your grace, your magnificence, your genius if you don't face your shadow. Why? Because it goes in both directions. Okay? I want to share with you the study. Please keep on putting more and more of them. This is what I desire from you in exchange. Tell me, numbed. Exactly. Let me know more. What is other emotion? What are other feelings? What are other states? Do you get paralyzed? Do you turn away from it? Do you disappear to kind of like, I don't know what's going on, let me get off, and then you come back, which then creates lack of consistency. Okay? And also, do you have your own interpretation of what is consistent in your business? Okay? Anxiety, self-doubt, perfectionism. There you go. Thank you, Elena. That's it. You need to know what you're dealing with to the core in order to resolve it. Okay? And it can be so fast in order to change it. We will get to that in a moment. So there is a study on the mouses, okay, that they've done very recently. And the mouses, group of mouses, I think it was 12 of them or 8? 12 of them. They were nipping and eating on that cherry blossom tree, either cherry tree or cherry blossom tree. So the mouses were coming to the cherry blossom tree and they were eating it, right? So the scientists put wires underneath the grass. So the second someone was coming around that grass, they would get those electric shock, the mouses, right? So they learned really fast that they stopped coming and eating from that tree, eating and nipping on that tree, because it's an electric shock. It's trauma. It's shock. It's trauma, right? So what they've learned, scientists, in this experiment, that the mouse didn't left away just the area around the grass, around the tree that was electrocuting them. They went as far as they could smell cherry blossom tree. Okay? Does that make sense? We will get to it. So they didn't associate that electric shock by stepping on the grass. They associated with the smell of the tree. That's how powerful is your sight, your smell, your touch, and your feeling. That's why sometimes you can smell the food of your childhood and right away you are melting into ease, joy, bliss, and freedom. Okay? Because it's one of the senses that is so deeply embedded in your nervous system. And right away there is an emotional thought created. Oh, that smells like my childhood. Oh my God, that smells like my mom. That smells like mom's food on Christmas dinner. Right? Right away you're melting and you have an emotional reaction or response to it. Feels so good, so at ease, the heart is opening. Oh my God, I just want to relax, or I just want to create, right? Whichever one you feel like it's gonna be more of an expression or ease that you crave. Okay? So now these mouses are as far away as they can smell the tree, right? They don't even come to the grass or the tree. They are so far away that they cannot even smell. Now, they started breeding these 12 mouses with other mouses that they were not exposed to the electric shock. So one of the mouses has the trauma embedded in nervous system of that electric shock associated with cherry blossom tree. So it's a trauma trapped in the system, right? Another mouse doesn't. It took now the children that they were born from these mouses, they stayed aware, all of them, every single one of them. Now it took 7 generations, which it was somewhere around 100 mouses, to get one out of the mouses who broke the ancestral pattern. Not all 100 of them, one out of 900. You are here seeking to up level from the inside out because you are that 1%. You are called on your soul level, and something is different in your body from the second you were born that gets you do, be, act, and feel different than everyone else around you. And by different, I mean phenomenal. I mean courageous. I mean beautiful. I mean phenomenal. You are that 1%. All the 7 generations before you, 6 generations before you, they didn't have what you have. None of my grandparents or parents were born with breaking the pattern for anyone else, nor the parents of my grandparents, and on and on and on and on. Now, look into your history, which country you were born in, what your country has experienced. For me, it's First World War. Poland is in the center of it, torn apart by 2 stupid countries. It doesn't feel safe. Anyone who has business, Jews, they're captured and they're killed. That doesn't feel safe to create your own business. That is not safe. That's what's embedded in my body, independently if I can name it or not. And trust me, 95% what's in your body, you don't know what is it. You cannot even name it. Now we have few years of break, some kind of coming back alive, and then we have Second World War. That's in my DNA. Torn apart by 2 countries, neighboring countries, again. Cannot trust the owner, cannot trust that there's going to be a safety and security, and it's definitely not safe to be like Jewish community who creates their shops and their things. So what I have in me is a massive fear, massive giant fear. It is not safe for me to stand up for myself. It's not safe for me to own my power because I will be killed or captured. You don't have to be don't have to have Jewish blood in order to be exposed to that terror. Now, physically in this life, I remember life in Italy from First World War as a Jewish woman, young woman. I physically remember, I can write books about it. Like this, remember so much from it. And that was also, that stuff is in my DNA. I can keep on telling the old story of the past or not knowing what's going on and stay there. But just like every one of you, I was born with this particle that it's like, hell no, hell to the no. Something's got to change. And that moment 4 years ago when I decided nothing will be ever, that was the moment I decided I no longer wait for anyone and anything to be easier or different. I'm changing from the inside out. Because this is the only way I can create new freedom life, if I can. I cannot even tell you I had the belief in myself like I have now. Cannot even tell you that. That's why I needed to hire a coach 5 weeks later. 5 weeks nervous system regulation, and I knew it. This is as far as I can go on my own. That's it. And either I'm going to keep on doing that for another decade, and I knew my soul is just dying in that place. I can't be there any longer. I was in love and at peace and at ease with everyone, and simultaneously I wasn't expressing what I was born to be. And when I hired that one-on-one coach, everything changed. You think I had sessions with her every single week? The first month only. After that, it was too much for me. I needed to adjust to my level of wisdom and stepping more and more into my power, but she taught me what were the emotional states from working with her. I learned the emotional states I didn't know I was addicted to. Not good enoughness, not worthiness. Unable to stay on the high permanently. Had to dip. Crash. Addicted to suffering. It is in my chart in human design also. I spoke with another coach yesterday. who asked me about opinion, also very rare sign like me, mental projector, only 3% of population. How are you dealing with this? Are all of us dealing with this problem, trouble? And my reply was very, 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 it was in a mastermind, another woman who is in a mastermind with me. And I've shared it from a very empowered place. No human design is gonna define me. Am I more potent to staying stuck in the head than other people? Yeah. But I know by now that through the practice, I became better than any other human, that majority of all the rest of human design profiles on the whole planet in connecting with my heart and listening to my heart. So human design that tells me I'm stuck in my head most of the time, am I potent to it? Yeah. But that didn't stop me from overcoming it. That didn't stop me from learning from it. And that's the message I have for you. So those mouses, it took them 7 generations to, out of that 100 or something, create only one, the first one, who was able to break that pattern. It went to the cherry blossom tree and that's it. It wasn't running away from the smell. Okay? You are that 1%. That's why you are here. You are that 1%. That's why you were told to overcome fear of being abandoned and create the life you crave, the life you were born to create, to become that leader, conscious leader that shows the way for your community through your methodology, through your own uniqueness of how to go from A to B or A to Z or A to D, whatever it is you do for your people, with your people. You are in service with your frequency and or service product. And you are also the leader because you go first, the rest follows. Do you want to get more clients? Ooze out more of the divinity that's already within you and the value. You desire to make more money in a shorter amount of time, become more potent with what you're saying, how you're saying, value yourself. Boundaries this is like the base of everything for me. I cannot do, with my energy type, I cannot do anything without solid, healthy, functional boundaries in place. And people without boundaries see me as rude. They see me as horrible. They see me as, because sick plant is not responding to water and sun in a healthy way. And I'm okay with people projecting on me. Go ahead. Your opinion means nothing about me. And yet simultaneously, 99.99% of opinions, comments, shares about me I'm facing is extraordinary. Not average. Not okay, thank you, that was nice. No, it's phenomenal. Women, you are changing my life. Thank you for existing. And that is beautiful. Do I feed on it? Is it my fuel? No, this is that connection. Going into nature, living life in alignment with my energy type. So what is the state you find yourself in most of the time? What is the state or emotion you are feeling when you think about your business or money or people? Name it all. Write it all down. Remember, you are not it. But it's going to be trapped in your body as long as you are resisting to look at it from an empowered place. Okay? We will talk about it. What's that? So the emotional states of a successful business owner, she feels safe, secure, and stable. Why? Where is that coming from? From the amount of money she's making? No, it comes from inside out. If they cancel my Instagram account, okay, I have Facebook, I have TikTok, or I can create another one. I am my safety, security, and stability. For me specifically, it comes from connection with the higher power. So my safety and security doesn't depend on the algorithm. I can make $30,000 a month with just 3 clients. I've already proven that to myself. First, I believed into something I never done, and then I just did it. So that successful business owner, what is your definition of success? What does success mean to you? $1,000 a month? Awesome, amazing. If that's for your success, phenomenal. It doesn't have to be 10K, it doesn't have to be 100K. Own what you were born to create. Own that it is more than enough if that's what you truly desire. Are you settling for less? Or are you establishing goals that everyone else is establishing? I want a 10K month because that means I made it. Own what your heart and soul is guiding you to do and be. Now, successful business owner is confident and open. She's confident everything is figured outable. When I made that decision, I knew it, that the answers are there and available to me. I don't know them now. I don't know when they're gonna come, what I'm gonna need to do in order to get them. And what I needed to do was to go against my thinking. My thinking was I cannot spend the last money I have on my account on one-on-one coach I met yesterday. And yet, I pulled the card, I allowed myself to be guided by my heart, and I knew that if I want different results, I have to make entirely different actions towards it. And I did that. And you know what? That's what was needed. I would not be here sitting with you. I would not be in Arizona. I would be still in that 9 to 5. I would be still in these debts. I would be still living in that house. Confidence isn't, look at me. Look at me. I'm the loudest, the most confident. Confidence is your inner power, relying on that connection with your higher power, with your highest self. Your authenticity, and being open to all of the opportunities and possibilities that are coming through. Okay, people suggested for me things to do that they weren't my original idea. People said, do session with me. And we went and we did hypnosis session, which I never was trained on before. And then I did another and another and another, and I'm reading people's past lives. And I'm reading people's energies and all of it. And Akashic records, no training. Just intuitively tapped into it through the powers within me. Through the powers you also possess. None of the powers I tapped into, I've ever met a person knowing they don't have access to it. Everyone has access to them. It's our nature. It's whole next level of evolution. That successful business owner is a conscious leader. She is consciously leading forward her community, her people, her clients, whatever it is you do. You're consciously leading. You are going first, the rest follows. You don't wait for people to come and reach out to you so you create that program or have sign-ups. You're choosing, you're deciding, and you're going all for it, detached from the outcome. And if the first one doesn't work, how can we learn from it? Who do I need to hire to learn from it faster? What tools do I need to do it the way it brings me the results I desire, in alignment with my definition of success? She's trusting. She's trusting the best outcomes. She's trusting everything is for her greatest good. She's trusting herself to deliver. She's trusting herself to show up no matter what from the highest energy. She is trusting in her greatness, in divine, in the beauty within every one of us. And simultaneously, she is detached from expecting anyone anything. I'm going to give you opportunity to sign up with me, and I don't expect any one of you to do it. I'm here for this, for the deliverance. I'm here for doing what my soul called me to do. And doing it good, and I love it. She is in her wealth state. She is in abundance, prosperity state. She isn't trying to figure out how can I give her the lowest price so they sign up and then add up something for free. She's unapologetically owning her badassery. She's owning her gifts or abilities. She's owning her transformation. She's owning the worth and value she was born into and created some more through her practices, through her embodiment. So obviously, she's going to be charging herself the highest way possible, and she's not interested with people who ask for half price. Do you want me to show up with half energetics? No. Okay. She is owning her value. That doesn't mean your prices have to be the prices you heard someone else is doing. Just because one of my coaches prices, what was it, $14,000 for 6 months, that doesn't mean I need to. It actually doesn't even give me the permission because I hired a coach who charges like that. Not at all. What is the price that feels right for me to give my absolute everything, wisdom, passion, love, knowledge in that 1 hour time to that person who decided it is my turn. I'm no longer waiting. This and that. How would I feel if I would put half price? Something is not okay. Okay, so this is the price point. Okay? But that goes, that you knowing what is it goes down to you detaching from what the other coaches are doing, or service providers or product salesmen, and going all inwards. Like, what is it that can I believe in myself that I'm worthy of this energetic exchange? And as people in members of Freedom Money membership learning, money is not something outside of you are chasing. Money is only what you are making out of it. What do I mean by that? I mean that you are the life force energy that gives life to money. You having right now $20,000 or $10,000 or $5,000 on your bank account in a fearful energy, it means fear. Money is fear. I'm scared to invest into myself. I'm scared to buy myself this thing that I want so much. I'm scared to spend $5,000 on that handbag that I crave and desire. I'm scared to buy myself $500 earrings. Okay? That's scarcity money. That's scarcity meaning you gave to money. Not because you choose to, but because of the layers, all these 7 generations or more. Yeah? And then the things we were taught as we were little. Money is not growing on trees. Money is bad. Money is hard to come by. Money goes out faster than it comes. Okay? And then we repeat. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, why? Oh, my God, no. Yes, it is. Right? Until you're choosing to change that. So that $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 lying on your bank account has absolutely no meaning, or the negative meaning, unless you give an entirely different meaning. This is my safety and security. Period. I don't care what anyone is saying. I feel truly deeply safe and secure because I have $20,000 on my bank account. And anytime something happens, but I don't expect it, I don't wait for it, right? Anything I desire, I can get it anytime I want, and then I will make it double back. That's a whole different meaning. You are the life force energy that gives life or death, fear or courage to money. And you choose on a daily basis. So inside of the membership, we have a subconscious reprogramming practices that trigger the flow of energy in your body, release trauma, and embody a new belief about what money is, what making money means, how does it feel like. So that person is in a wealth state. She is in a wealth state. She doesn't have to have $50,000 on her bank account, 17 houses, and 3 lovers. Her wealth state is from the inside out, the meaning she's giving to anything. She could find $1 lying on the street and she could be like, holy shit, I'm the most blessed person in the whole wide world. Watch me going to the pawn shop. Watch me going to the dollar store, owning the day. It's all emotional state that you are in here and now that creates that next moment in alignment and resonance with this one. Okay? And most important ones, rapid energetics. Her energetics are rapid. I am needing to learn how to do ABCD in my business so my business can sustain me, the business, and my family. Okay? So obviously, I'm investing into learning how to do ABCDE. That's it, right? Rapid energetics. I have an idea to pack up my bags and go into Mexico for 4 days. Okay? Rapidly pack it up and go. Have the best time ever. Process the emotions that are coming. Rapid energetics are high frequency joy energetics. Okay, let's go over here. So anytime you are operating from those lower energies, which is suffering, that's what keeps you and your business contracted. And those are the energies trapped in the body. They're trapped physically in the body, in the mind, in your fascia, in your muscle memory. In your muscle memory, right? Apathy is so close to guilt and shame. I was full of shame. And you know what? That wasn't even my shame. It was my parents' shame because they didn't dealt with their own shame. until I learned what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. Bye. And then I dealt with whatever was left, my own shame, my own actions, behaviors, thoughts, and feelings, my own past doing I was judging myself for. Let's heal it. I don't want to carry it with me any longer. I remember the last time I was carrying shame frequency and I was still vaping tobacco. So I went from cigarettes to roll-ups and then those like vapors with tobacco oil in it. And I remember I was in it, I think I quit around 6 years ago. But still few years, like maybe 3 years, 4 years into this whole journey, I was still vaping that. And I knew it that I'm carrying something low within me, and I knew it that there's no way of me going forward without quitting it. Yet I felt so addicted, and the last time I quit, I was obsessing about it every single day, every single night, okay? So for me, it was like, this is just impossible. And yet it came a moment when I decided, and I asked for help and support, not chemically, emotionally. I did a massive prayer, massive surrender, and asked my mentor to call me every single day for the next week that I'm home. And that's how I quit. A month later, my auntie calls me and asks me, so how did it go? You told me you're quitting. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? It's like, Eliza, you told me a month ago or 5 weeks ago that you're quitting vaping. It didn't work out. I'm like, oh, I forgot that I was even a smoker. I forgot that I was addicted to tobacco. And that was for me like the healing on a level I never thought it was possible. Because I was okay with obsessing about it for the rest of my life and not vaping. And yet the healing happened on a whole another level, to the point that I have to be reminded that I did that stuff in the past. Now this is a whole bodily and psychic shift. So if you're experiencing an apathy, if you're experiencing not good enoughness in your business, this is just an emotional state that the body got addicted to. And you can change and shift it through deep enough and profound nervous system regulation combined with emotional healing and emotional intelligence. Because when you regulate your system, those emotions are coming up. Now your response to them has to be entirely different. No longer running away, no longer shying away from feeling it, and remembering you are not it. So I've worked with many people who, emotional intelligence and why, that's what we're talking about. So I work with people who were coming to my sessions, and we were going deep into the energetic block, wherever it was. But instead of being fully and entirely not identified with it, so when they were going back into identification with it. So what they did when they were crying, instead of releasing emotion, they were feeling sorry for themselves more than enough. They were resisting what happened. They were resisting energy flowing through them because it is so uncomfortable at first. It is so uncomfortable. So emotional intelligence is your step towards changing the results you are experiencing in your business, changing the results you are creating in your business. Because when you level up your frequency, you level up the results in your business. Creating content, just pure ease. Being at ease and at peace, pure ease. You automatically magnetize more people. You're owning your power without convincing anyone in any shape and form why you are good enough or anything. You're just oozing out with you owning your power because you did the work. You released the guilt and shame that it wasn't even yours. Now you are creating magnetism around yourself, your offers, whatever you're selling, and you're just selling people on you. You're selling people. Yes, you're sharing with them why you created the offer. Yes, you're sharing with them. Now, let me just go back there for a moment. So most people are here in the middle. Most people feel just a little bit of sad, a little bit of happy, a little bit of okay, a little bit very numbed, very, very numbed. They never truly entirely feel the fear trapped in the body. They think their emotions. They don't feel them. They don't go all deep into it. And by the way, it doesn't have to be a long process. Done properly, 3 times in a row, maybe half an hour sitting, and that's it. You're gone with something that owned you all your life. That's how powerful this is. And you cannot feel pure, blissful joy and peace if you don't allow yourself to feel full-on guilt, shame, apathy, and grief and fear trapped in you. It goes both ways. Your capacity for feeling is narrow both ways, or it's open and expansive both ways. I don't know if many of you have been in our world for a while. So when we lost the house we were renting to the fire and flood because it melted the pipes, in that moment I was processing the trauma of what was happening. I wasn't waiting 10 years to process it. In that moment I was feeling, crying, laughing, and everything that was flowing through. And not only that, when you are in this now moment processing what's going up, what was happening, the past, unresolved and never processed before past, was also coming up to the surface. So your emotional intelligence decides if you are actually aware which energy you're operating from. And Dr. Joe Dispenza, even yesterday, I listened to his share for like 10 minutes. He says, most of the people are addicted to guilt, shame, and not good enoughness, and they don't even know it because it just feels like them. Don't even know it, right? That was also me. So your emotional intelligence is your high skills to know how do you actually feel right now in this now moment, when you're writing a post, when you're serving a client, when you are going to sleep, knowing exactly, is this in alignment with what I'm creating? So if I desire to create 10K months, if I desire to create $5,000 months, is what I'm feeling right now in alignment with it? Because when I am in this state that I am, I'm only making $2,000 a month, or $1,000 a month, or $100 a month. So this state I am in right now, in which I'm creating what I'm creating, it is not going to create that times 5, times 10, times 20. And remember, you are the 1%. You were not made to think, feel, and act like everyone else around you. You were born to break following the crowd. And you know that in your heart. The question is, do you own it? Do you own it? Do you own it? And I know you do on some level. But in order to create that next level, you need to own it dialed up. Or learn how to own it. To dial up. And for some of you, it's going to be needing, yes, 8-10 hours, 5 days a week in your business for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. It might be needing, put it on. If you cannot hire people to do things for you, might be. For others of you, it's less. Less hours in your business. Don't create that post for 3-4 hours. Do it in 20 minutes, post it, release it, let it go. And go and enjoy yourself doing what you love to do the most, detach. For others of you, yes. Have 5 sessions with that client. For others of you, no. Instead of 10 sessions, do only 1 with her. Okay? Not that you need to be told what to do, but you will know. You will know what is the next level. You already know it. Why? Because you were born to create extraordinary results. No longer settle for less and say to yourself, it's okay to not have it yet. No, it's not. No, it's not. I had a conversation with Andrea. It was just a few weeks ago when we were still in Utah. And this thing sinked in so much. It's okay that I'm working towards it. And I'm like, Andrea, I have this most like sinking knowing in me. We need to stop saying that forever. It is not okay. It was 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. It was not okay. It's not okay to keep saying to ourselves, it's okay to not have it yet because I'm working towards it. No. Who do I need to be right now in order to show up the way I know? And whenever I'm talking about 10K months, 5K months, it isn't about money. It never was, never will be. It is just some level of representation, whatever for you it means. And now, when I say $12,000 from just 3 clients in 1 month, some of your nervous system might shut down right away. You probably might not hear what I say after that at all. For others of you, like, oh my God, this is so easy. I can do it. If she did it, I can do it. If she did it, why wouldn't I do it? There's nothing less with me than her. If she did it, I can do it. Oh, holy shit, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Right? So every one of you have a different emotional state associated to different numbers. It is for you to learn through emotional intelligence. What does that mean to you? For some of you, it's going to be so much easier to create $10,000 a month with 5 clients only. Others of you going to feel better creating $10,000 a month with 100 people. Some of you are for the masses. Others of you are from a very small elite. Which one of you are you? How does it feel in your body, in your nervous system? Getting $10,000 a month from 100 people? Or from, because you're charging them now each person less, let's say from one product only, and then you have a $10,000 a month with 3 people. Okay? Which one feels easier to you? For me, it's the second one. And as you can say, I don't have thousands and thousands of people watching. For Andrea, it's exactly opposite. Although she's making also giant big money with small audience, small amount of people also. She's doing both. Okay? So own where you are, own who you are on this chapter of your journey unapologetically. Like truly unapologetically, and observe what's coming up. Observe the emotions, feelings that are coming up. So I want you to know also about the emotional intelligence and processing, that the way to process emotions fully and entirely and profoundly, it is through you being in your body. So let's do this for the next 5 minutes. Who is in? Awesome. Okay. I want you to take a few deep breaths, and I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to shrug your shoulders, move your body, and move your hips. You've got to move your hips, move your intestines. You got to have these parts moving, crawling. Big breaths, big move. I'm not going to put the whole practice here. It's going to be tomorrow in the membership if you want to join. Over here, I want you to now dive in and go into that emotion that you feel is the biggest block, or whatever you're able to see right now that holds you back from showing up in your business as a successful business owner. What is that emotion for you? Maybe the emotion you have wrote up before. Maybe it's a different one. Okay? Go into that emotion. Put your hand up, telling me you have the emotion. Name the emotion. Or even if you don't know the name of it, thank you. Even if you don't know the name of it, I want you to just tap into the feeling. Map out in your body, in your energy field, lower emotion, lower emotional state that is holding you back from being right now the successful business owner. One feeling, one emotion only, okay? Or even if you don't have the name for it, that's okay. It could be gray, cloud, could be black stuff. And I want you now map it out. Where is it in your body? Which part of your body or parts of your body or your energy field, whatever it is, if you have mapped it out, I want you to put your hand up and show me. Okay, where is it in your body? Awesome. Where is it in your body? Awesome. Where is it in your body? Okay, I want you to now deepen and slow down your breath. It doesn't matter, is it open mouth, closed mouth, nose or mouth? Just breathe in slower and deeper and dive right into it. And the second you feel resistance towards it, I want you to put your hand up. Keep going deeper. That's it. It is in the gut. Most of the people, yes. Go deeper into it. Go deeper. Keep breathing deeper and slower. Dive deeper into it. Deeper, deeper. Let it show you what it is there to show you. It needs to be seen, heard, and felt. It will not go away until it's going to show you the message that it has for you. That's how simple that is. Yet majority of people simply don't know how to drop it down deeper. They're not exposed to higher frequency that, for example, I bring into the table here through the guidance, and they don't release it properly. Go deeper into that energy, deeper and deeper. If it shows you a past story, where is it coming from? Put your hand up, let me know. Awesome, amazing. Now I want you to remember you are not that story. You are not that story. So turn the whole screen into black and white. Now touch on imaginary dial and put the volume down to it entirely and fully. See the message, receive the message behind it, behind the whole scene, behind the whole energy block. Whatever that message is, receive the message it tells you. Don't analyze it, don't reject it, don't be it. Just be the observer, be the witness, be the one that experiences that journey. Okay? Now, do you have the message behind it? Put your hand up. Awesome, amazing. Now, I want you to tell me with your hand up, is the message a lie and a bullshit? Put your hand up. Okay. Oh, amazing, awesome. So what do you do with a lie? You just turn your back on it, right? You're just like, you don't have to judge it, criticize it. You don't have to punish it. You don't have to shame it. You're just like, you are not my truth. And you turn your back on it entirely. Now, I want you to notice, if it's a lie, what is that you're choosing to believe instead? If it's a lie, tell it, I don't need you anymore. You don't belong in my body. You are not my truth. You are not my truth. I don't need you going forward. I'm okay being this uncomfortable when you are leaving my body. I'm okay feeling extremely uncomfortable when you left. And I want you to put your hand up if you feel the shift. If you feel something different. Okay? If not, you need to go deeper, deeper and deeper. If you don't want to let it go, look at the addiction and hidden pleasure behind it. Oh, it feels comfortable. It feels familiar. Okay? And I want you to truly realize I'm believing in a lie that keeps me stuck. And I'm addicted to it. Do I want to keep on having it? And if not, if you are ready, if you still don't feel the power within you, I want you to see the limitless devastation that it creates in your life while holding on to it. And whenever you are ready to release it, say it, that's it, enough. Enough, that's it. That's how simple things are for me. And then I want you to choose a different energy, the opposite high energy from it. Opposite high energy from it. And choose one sentence, one new story that you are going to replace the old energy with. Instead of I'm not good enough, I am more than enough. Or I am whole, I am complete, I am enough. I am whole. I am complete, I am enough. Choose it and place in your body. Bring light, light from on high, light from below, light from your third chakra and light from your heart. Bring into that place, bring lots of light and bring that new knowing. And from now on, it is your job to repeat that mantra over and over again and feel it. Feel the opposite high emotion. Now, how do we feel? Who have experienced a shift? Awesome, everyone. Okay, put it in the comments. Now, nurture yourself a little bit longer. Stay in that state if you desire. On your place, I would stay there for another 5-10 minutes. So maybe you can do it right after we will close. We're going to close in a moment. Now, tell me, put it in the chat, what feels different? Very slowly open your eyes. Look at the room around you. Look at the room around you. Feel yourself from the inside. Put it in the chat. What do you feel? What has shifted? Or simply, it's like just, it could be just clearer. It could be just lighter. It could be just like, I can't put my finger on it, but I feel different. I feel lighter. That's powerful. You feel more whole, creative, and be less addicted to bad habits. That's so powerful, Elena. That was just a few minutes. That, imagine what half an hour session, 3 times a week, that's it, can do to you. It's just absolutely life-changing and revolutionary. Phenomenal. I am enough, I'm lovable, I'm capable. Phenomenal. What else has shifted for you guys? Now, I'm going to invite you into joining the special offer I have for the next 24 hours. And this is a Freedom Money membership. This is a membership in which we are reprogramming our subconscious mind and body. This month's theme is emotional intelligence. This month's theme is processing and releasing emotions and alchemizing them into higher state. This month is all about your emotional badassery and up-leveling. The previous month was nervous system regulation. So the second you are joining, you are getting already the tools required to regulate your nervous system, and the previous trainings about how to make freedom money in your business, how to create whole new understanding of what money is in a loving and beautiful way in your body for you in your business. If you're joining before today's session, tomorrow we have a practice with emotional intelligence process. We have a live group session. If you're joining before, you are getting also one free personal one-on-one energetics coaching session. That session is valued for $888. If you're joining within less than 24 hours from now on, that's available for you entirely for free if you would like to join us. And yeah, I would absolutely love to have you in. This is exactly the membership where every single month we are practicing together up-leveling on all levels. So we're together are creating the world in which money is something that we create from the inside out. So we live in wealth, so we live in abundance, so we live in resourcefulness and can impact other people. Right now I am going into volunteering for supporting people who are in between the stage of leaving their foster home and before they're stepping into a big bad world, young adults. And it was just a divine call. And because of the business and life I have created, I can do it. I can invest my Thursday or sacrifice to do that. I can do the things that I feel in alignment with my soul and in my calling because I've created the life, the foundation that allows me to be resourceful and do that. Okay? So I have resources of freedom time, freedom schedule, and I have financial resources in order to do it without wanting to someone pay me for it. So it's just like anything else in your life. When you have resources, you can gift your child that private schooling. If you have the resources, you can take yourself and your family to Mexico for 4 days. If you have the resources, you can create the house you've always dreamed to have, right? So it is all about you creating the life that you were born to create. As long as you believe money is something outside of you that you have to go and chase, then you are a slave to old money beliefs. Money is nothing outside of you. Money is the byproduct of you sharing the worth and value you are choosing to own and share in the ways that feels in alignment with you. So Freedom Money membership is $97 per month. Membership is 6 months minimum. After 6 months, you can quit or you can stay. If you're staying, this price stays for you as your forever price, independently if the price of the membership would go up. Now, if you're joining before 11 a.m. EST tomorrow, you're also getting one free personal session with me. So send me a private message on Instagram at Eliza Mozal with the word membership, and we will get you inside. Okay, loves, I'm gonna finish with that. I wanna say huge, massive thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for going all in. And I would love to hear what are your breakthroughs. Maybe send me private message on Instagram with your breakthroughs from the masterclass as an energetic exchange. Maybe post it in the stories with my name, tag me into it. Send me in any shape and form your breakthroughs from the masterclass. I would absolutely love to hear what did you got out of it and what did you walk up here on a whole another level within you. Mwah. Bye. Mm, 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 mm. Oh. Mm. Bye, love.